What up, everybody? Welcome to the Damn Dude Podcast.
Damn, dude.
Damn, dude.
Welcome, everybody. Welcome. This is Season 2, Episode 33. That makes 133 episodes, which means we are rolling in the deep. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do. And, yeah, that's pretty fucking cool. So welcome, everybody. I am your host, California Cal. I'm not one of those Californians, I have to say. I'm not offended if you call a man or a woman a woman. This is the Damn Dude Podcast. We have the conversations that need to be had in a way that'll make you think and say, damn, dude.
Damn, dude.
Damn, dude.
You know what I mean? We're here to help educate, entertain, and impact the way that we think and perceive and contextualize life. Because I really believe that the more access that we have to different levels of context, the more access we have to different contexts, the more we get to navigate through life easier and funner. You know what I'm saying? So I'm nobody special. I'm just some dude who's fucking done some shit and haven't done shit all at the same time. And teaching babies is my specialty. And I help them save their lives in the water. Other than that, I'm kind of just a fucking knucklehead who likes to have fun. And happy 420 to people who celebrate 420. That's why we started off with that. And I want to say 420 is cool. It's whatever. You know what I'm saying? I've never really been like, oh, about it, but it's cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is what it is. You know what I mean? Like, I prefer just smoking when I like to smoke rather than like, yeah, it's fucking the holiday. But it's cool though, because it is a day that people come together and unite. And I've seen peace created in just, within it. And then Earth Day happens like 2 days later. And it's kind of like, it's almost like the whole thing gets turned to Earth Day. For me, Earth Day is whatever too. I like that it makes people think about the shit. At the same time, I'm like, dude, we should be cleaning up our trash and fucking being appreciative of the earth and nature and all of its elements all at the same time anyways. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. It's cool. It is what it is. So anyways, happy 420 for those of you. And I want to say for those of you guys who are avid listeners of the show, if you did your music homework last week, not last week. I guess that'd still be this week. But last episode with the song, I'm not going to say what it is in case you didn't do it yet. So go back and listen to the last episode 32 of season 2, obviously, and check out the song because that shit goes in. Next up, because this is a lot of people are focusing on smoking weed right now. I used to celebrate 421 way more heavily than 420. And it kind of started off as a joke because there was times where me and my friends were like, yeah, let's smoke fat, this and that. And it was like all of our schedules didn't line up or work out or it didn't make sense. And I was like, damn, well, 421 works better. And it just kind of kept happening that way all these years in a row. And we're just like, dude, all right, fuck it. 421's the way to go. Fuck 420. Not fuck 420, but you know what I'm saying? Like, so... So that got me to thinking, I was like, all right, we got to pick a weed song. And for me, nobody makes better weed songs than Bone Thugs or Krayzie Bone. Lazy Bone's got a good one or two. Afro Man makes some good weed songs. Afro Man makes really good weed songs. Like, not just, and I'm not talking about because I got high. Like, I'm talking about like real fucking, like, you got to dig deep. I can't even think of the names at the moment. But anyway, Afro Man's a good rapper. You'd be surprised. A lot of people would think they just take him for that one song. But dude, he's literally in my top at least 10 of artists when it comes to just his creativity and music and all this shit. That gives me an idea for next time. Anyway, so today I had to pick one song and I was thinking about it. And I'm like, okay, what should be the song? Like, how do we pick just one? There's so many good songs to smoke to. That used to be one of my favorite things, and it still kind of is like, if I'm kicking back and I have the time, I'm by myself, like, I love to just put on some of my favorite music, smoke, and just kick back and vibe and just listen and just experience it, you know? I remember back in the day, we used to have these parties, and it would be, this was like before it was cool. Weed was like very illegal, and this is in like late 90s, early thousands. Yeah, it was probably like 99, 2000. And we'd go to like, well, I guess we were babies to some people, you know what I'm saying? Some of you guys are older and shit, but that's just the time that this event happened. And it was like late 90s, early thousands. And I remember we would fucking, I mean, some people were drinking up, some people were smoking, whatever, but it was cool because the smoke session, it was like a big deal. Like, people just didn't smoke weed all willy-nilly like they do now. Like, you see people casually smoking, you see whatever, like, to see somebody smoking weed back in the day was like a rare thing, and it was almost like a big deal. Like, you wouldn't just see somebody walking down the street smoking a blunt. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's very rare or anything like that, or smoking a joint or anything. So it's kind of funny because it got me thinking about, I'm like, damn, weed hits people differently. Some people absolutely should not smoke. Some people probably really fucking should start smoking. You guys ever have like a fucking, I don't know, like just a tight ass person, you know, and you're like, it could be a relative, a fucking uncle, aunt, dad, mom, like grandma, grandpa's, somebody. You're like, man, I wish this motherfucker would just smoke some weed and chill the fuck out. Like, bro, like, your ass cheeks have been clenched tight since fucking 1970, bro. Like, relax, dude. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, fuck, bro. Like, like, you got your ass cheeks clenched so tight, you're forcing earwax out of your ear. Like, relax, homie. Oh, shit. Okay, so I say all that to say this. Oh, I didn't even finish my story. So, okay, let's get it together here, guys. So, we go to these parties, people drinking, smoking, whatever, right? Weed was like a big deal still. It was like, yeah. So the party, we would kick back, and people would be like kicking in the back patio, but then in the living room, all the lights would get cut off. Somebody put like a red light on or like some shit, black light or whatever the fuck we had, and fucking put on Bone Thugs, all the smoke songs, and just fucking slap that shit. And I remember we would just fucking be kicking it, smoked out, just fucking vibing, dude. It'd just be a room full of people just laying on the sofa. Some people, you know how, like, especially when you're like a teenager, for whatever the fuck reason, when you're like, and this could start from like being like 11-ish and up, or no, it starts even younger than that. But like, when you're a kid still, I should say, and I remember doing this as a teenager, and I see teenagers do it, is like sitting on things incorrectly. Like, for whatever the fuck reason, when you're in those years, you like to sit on shit incorrectly. Like, laying on the floor with your legs up on top of the sofa. Like, I still like to do this shit sometimes too, so I'm not bagging on anybody. Or like sitting, you know what I'm saying? Like laying on the sofa with your legs up on top of the like backrest part, or like sitting on the backrest part, or just sitting on the armrest, or leaning it all weird, or like doing just strange shit like that. You know what I'm saying? It would just be all these, I don't want to say kids, like, I mean, I guess I kind of was, fuck, I don't know. Anyways, well, I kind of was a kid. I was a teenager, you know? Like I said, I wasn't the best example as a teenager. I definitely did dumb shit, and people for sure should not follow in my steps. Just learn from me learning the hard way, you know what I'm saying? And fortunately, well, I don't know. Fortunately and unfortunately, things don't happen like that anymore. Or like, it's just a whole different vibe now. Like, smoking weed is not what it used to be. Like, you had to go, like, it was this whole fucking mission, you know what I'm saying? So anyway, we would all just be zoned out, just vibing to music, and like, that takes me back. So as I was saying, I tried to pick the one fucking song, and this is the song. Let's just go. A little clip. This is, okay. So when you guys have your smoke session, if you're smokers, if you're not, and even if you don't smoke, this is just, if you want to just chill and vibe, this song feels so good, dude. Like, this song reminds me of the ultimate, like kicking it with your friends and smoking and everybody's just vibing. Like that's the vibe. Where you know what I'm saying? Like it's not like by yourself. It's like house party sort of feel. You're kicking with your friends. Everybody's just smoking up, and that's the only thing. Nobody's doing anything extra. Nobody's got cell phones. Oh, that was the other thing. Nobody has cell phones. So everybody's just there by themselves. Nobody's on their phone. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like imagine that you cut all the lights off and everybody's just with the, like, they're just smoked and they're with the weed. You know what I mean? They're feeling it, just like letting it do what it's, you know, feel how it's supposed to feel. And now, like when people smoke, they just go into their phone and just go into this infinite entertainment and then not actually feeling the experience. You know what I'm saying? So that's what this song reminds me of, because this is like before a cell phone was a distraction.
Damn, dude.
Whoa, crazy. So check this song out later when you're, you know, when you smoke, when you whatever, when you're vibing. Krayzie Bone, Krayzie. Krayzie Bone from Bone Thugs and Harmony. Krayzie Bone, Smokin Budda. I'm going to give you a little sample real quick because we do not own the rights to this song. This is Krayzie Bone, Smokin Budda from Thug Mentality, 1999. Here you go.
So don't let that Buddha fool ya.
Krayzie Bone, Smokin Budda. There's so many different sick ass parts to this song that just are so sick. Get happy, sing every puff and breathe, potent herbs and leaves. Dude, I done been to the other side. Yo, that shit goes hard in
Damn, dude.
the motherfucking paint. So, yes, sir. And I realized I didn't announce the rest of what the fuck the show is going to be about. But if you can read the title, then you can read the title and you've already got that. And it doesn't matter to you at this point. But anyways, we're going to be talking about contributing. Never mind me, guys. Contributing to our success is our relationships. Is our relationship or relationships, are they contributing to our success? Like different relationships bring us and get us to different places in life and thought and spirituality and openness and peacefulness and stressfulness and stuff like that. Because you guys notice how there's certain people who can only upset you in certain ways. You know what I'm saying? Like if you look at, like, if you have an ex, you know, boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever, like these day and age, you could be more than a boyfriend or girlfriend. Apparently you could be a fucking Siskel and Ebert transmutated dolphin, woman, man, child, adult, seagull, pigeon, human. No, so like if you look at it, like if you have an ex, there's something about them that will piss you off. Like if you guys, it's more likely that you can get in an argument about something stupid with them than anybody else. You know what I'm saying? Or if you have a family member like that, or somebody you're related to, or somebody that you know, or one of your friends, or whatever, right? And it's interesting because if you look at it, the way that we react and the mindset that it puts us in when we're around or have to think about those people or deal with those people or talk to those people or whatever it may be, that is taking away from our energy and taking away from our success. So it's like a trip, because if we look at all the different levels of relationship, like, are people supportive? Are people fake supportive? Are people authentically supportive? Are people, you know what I'm saying? It's like, it's weird because you experience the whole range of it, just doing whatever the fuck you do. And it doesn't really mean anything. You know what I mean? Because people can only view life through the amount, like they can only view life through their lens and their own ability to ask questions. So if as far as their conscious can allow them to ask questions is, look at that guy's fucking shoes or shirt or whatever, if that's as far as their conscious goes, then that's all they're going to view life through. And we can't really be mad at that if you understand that. You know what I'm saying?
Damn, dude.
So, you know what I mean? Like, we can only understand what we have the ability to question. And it's like that's very simple, but that's also very deep, you know what I mean? Because it's like you can only get out of life what you are able to question of life. So it's very important. This is a good reminder to myself is like, what am I asking of life? Because that's going to equal what I'm getting out of life. Because life and the universe and God and the world and whatever the fuck, it all responds in some way, shape, or form, because whatever we think about is what manifests for us. Whatever we put our focus and our intention and our beliefs in, then that's what manifests for us. That's what's going to grow, and that's what exactly is going to happen. You know what I'm saying? It's like if you prepare for certain situations so extremely, then there's a good chance that you're going to find yourself in a situation to have to use the things you prepared with for that situation because you're looking for that situation, because you're so prepared for that situation. So I think there's a fine line of preparedness and preparedness and awareness versus creating the situation for yourself in your life and making that shit come for reals or not. You know what I'm saying? So to ultimately, like I look at this and I'm like, especially because it's like I've been working for myself for like 13 years now. And as I go down this journey and I keep going, I see and feel and have experienced and analyzed all the different levels of support that people have given or not given, or have authentically or unauthentically given. And it's not that I'm being judgmental of people, it's just how I'm feeling from the experience, you know, of communicating or talking or knowing or whatever. And there was people who I knew before who I don't talk to anymore because it's like they had this whole fake supportive thing, and I had that vibe from the very beginning. And I'm like, this person just kind of like sees what could potentially happen, and they want to be in like good graces for if the shit blows up, you know? And it was like, these people kind of weed themselves out. They'll say stupid asshole shit, or, you know what I'm saying? They'll give you some kind of hate or whatever the fuck. And it is what it is. They can only see through their own perspective, so there's no reason to even be mad at them. They can only perceive and understand what they are able to question, you know? So that's just kind of shows when people are just assholes or short or like stubborn in communication or stubborn with opening their emotions or feelings and stuff. It's like, if you can understand, then you can't be mad. You know what I mean? Like, damn, I get why you're like this. I get where this comes from. And I think if the person's willing to understand and like try to work on it, then that's great. And that's a good thing. You know what I'm saying? You should fuck with those type of people. The people who, they could be assholes, they could be whatever. Fuck, I've had friends who've done some fucking grimy shit in the past. And I'm like, yo, we had fucking tough ass conversations that needed to be had and shit. And I'm like, all right, that's cool. Like, you recognize this. Yeah, our feelings just got hurt in this conversation and that sucked. And I don't want to have to do this again. But this is why we're tight, is because I am willing to do this with you. You know what I'm saying? But if you're not willing to learn and adjust and correct, then I can't fuck with you. I don't care if we've been down for fucking, 10, 20 years, whatever. Like, if you're not willing to at least try or understand or like see where like your homie's coming from, then like, you know what I'm saying? That's the difference. And kind of understanding when somebody's just in a phase of something, they're in a season of something, they're going through something. As we get older, it's like harder for people to express what they're going through well, I believe because of societal conditioning. You know, it's like, if you think about it, this is why I think working with kids is so cool. Like if a kid, like, damn, that's funny. I just thought this right now. Like if a kid's like, I hate you. It's like, well, fuck, thanks, bro. Like that's cool that you feel that way. You know what I'm saying? Like you're allowed to feel that way. We all feel that way at times. But like, as we become adults, it's like, oh, don't say that to people. But it's like, well, fuck, that's honest though. At what point, you know what I'm saying? Do we draw the line of like, yo, tell the truth versus be sensitive to people's feelings versus if you're sensitive to people's feelings to a certain degree, then you no longer can tell the truth. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
damn, dude.
It's like, it's a weird like paradox. Like, you know what I mean? So it's like, that's weird. Like we grow older and we become less honest. So we don't say how we feel. We just kind of go, fuck that guy. So, and that's what's interesting too, is like, you can have like two people that you don't like at work. And then you go home and you're like, man, fuck my job. And it's like, it's not necessarily your job. It's just your dislike for these two people who are making it feel like your job actually sucked. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you would look at it and you would see those two people, they're not contributors to your energy and your health and your all of this. And it's like whoever's in lead or in charge of that organization should take the responsibility of like asking the people and combing through and having conversations with people to where like it's understood who's acting like what and who's doing what. You know what I'm saying? So there's a level of performance versus I don't give a fuck, you know, like if you're being a dick and you perform well, then cool. So that's kind of where there's a fine, you know, you could have some issue with having their behavior corrected. But at the same time, if you can understand why they are the way they are, if they were hurt, if they grew up in a fucking dumpster, like that's true for people. They've grown up, they were found in a dumpster, you know, and there's like we talked about before on the life scale. Some of us start off on the way negative end of the life scale. Some of us are in the negatives when we start. And many of us just spend our time just like never even getting to zero, which is having like what would supposedly be a fair chance. But there's no fair chance. Life isn't fair. I mean, life is fair because everything that you want, you were able to work for and obtain. But if you're not willing to work for and to take the risks and to jump through the hoops and do the challenges, then it's not going to be possible, you know? So in that sense, life is fair because it isn't fair. You know what I'm saying? That's what makes it fair, is because it's not fair for anybody. So it's just interesting to think about when we see people who are privileged or just they start way higher end on the life scale, they start in the positives. It could be so confusing because I look at that and I question and I'm like, how in the fuck, dude? But what I realize is even in those positions, like I've dated two different women who were like in the very positive, like they grew up in the positive end of the life scale for the most part. And they had just as much problems as I did, like growing up kind of more in like a hood ass environment. And I'm like, yo, this is crazy. Like, cause I come from where it was like gangbanging and stuff like that. And then you come from where it's like you've got fucking horse riding lessons and fucking tennis and swimming and all this expensive shit. And they're like, wow, you know, like this is, like what the fuck? But like we both have human problems and human experiences. And there's people who affect and contribute or take away from our energy and success as human beings. You know what I'm saying? So, we're going to get into some crazy shit in just a second here. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to be right bicycle.
Damn, dude.
Damn, dude.
Baby, 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 baby. Na 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 na. Baby, 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 don't be a baby, 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 baby back bitch, you son of a bitch. You little baby back bitch. Don't be a little baby back bitch. Have love and appreciation for yourself, or else you gonna be acting like a little baby back bitch. Dry rub, wet rub, slab rub, spicy, buffalo sauce, medium, tame, lame sauce, garlic dipping, finger licking, flipping Charlie, you son of a bitch. Have some gratitude and appreciation for life, cause life is short. Finger licking, finger fucking, chicken chucking, dickin' ducking, fickin' mucking, chicken Charlie fucking out.
Damn, dude.
Damn, dude.
What up, everybody? Welcome, Bicycle. Oh, yes. Welcome back. This is the Damn Dude Podcast. Yes. Oh. Welcome to the show. And today, for Exhibit A, we've got a show for you guys. All right, guys. Oh, yeah. We're supposed to be we got a show here. We got to be serious, guys. So, anyways, I have personally had relationships, ex-girlfriends, over the last 13 years of my life. And some of them have been contributive to the success of my business, and some have been taken away from my business. And some have been both at different times. And I'm like, I look at it and I'm like, okay, there is a very, very realness to your home life being stable enough to grow outside in the world and in life, and to be able to thrive and survive and stay alive, because it's about drive, it's about power. It's like I cannot stand that, dude. For those of you guys, it's cool, but it's not cool. Oh, God. The Rock, when he raps that song with Tech Nine, and then for the longest time, he would get up on stage and be like, in life, it's about drive. It's about power. Okay, it's not supposed to be funny. I can't not laugh every single time. I crack the fuck up. But yeah, The Rock, the wrestler dude, did a song with Tech Nine, the rapper. And it's cool. It's cool. You know what I'm saying? It's cool. But I can't not laugh, dude. I can't help it. Anyways, oh shit. I didn't recover from that. Oh, yeah. All right, so now that we know it's about drive, it's about power, something we devour. Anyway, oh yes, I'm acting a fool this morning, dude. I woke up late. I'm all kinds of weird today, so never mind me. No, but for reals though, your home life being stable enough to grow is so important, because, dude, check the. Okay, let's just keep it fucking real, because there's no other motherfucking option. Keep it real till we appear. You feel? Oh, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Keep it real till we appeal. You feel? So don't get caught slipping like a banana peel on your rear heel. Ooh. So, No, okay. I keep going into fucking weird, silly mode, dude. I don't know what the fuck is going on. I kicked it with my brother and my cousin, and there was something so refreshing about it. It just kind of was like very I don't know, dude. Something's exciting today or what. I don't know, man. I feel good. No, but oh yeah, keeping it real. I almost forgot. I was gonna share some really fucking real shit. So I've had instances where I'm out, I'm working, I'm doing my thing, fucking grinding, doing all this, and there is such a huge difference in how I feel and like what I'm thinking about and how my energy feels just when I'm at work. Like all my work is still getting 100% attention, but there's something that could be draining or exhilarating, and that is how my relationship at home is, or I should say like how my relationship with my girlfriend makes a big difference. You know what I mean? Because if you're getting text messages and like, okay, man, I shouldn't have said I was going to say anything, but I'll just fucking say whatever. We gotta keep it real, right? Keep it real till you peel, you feel. It's never fake it till you make it, because then you get hit like a grape squish. No, so it's like there's a big difference when you get like have a beautiful fucking day and then you get like a fucking sexy ass picture, right? And it's like, I'm like, yo, whoa, boy howdy. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, you get a compliment, a sweet message, and the fucking sexy ass picture, and it's like, oh, fuck, man, hell yeah. You know, it's like, I'm gonna go grind, like, this is fucking dope. Like, you just got this extra fucking pep in your step. There's this extra energy when, you know, going on in your day when your partner's like, fuck yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, and what that means too is that means that your partner feels sexy. Your partner feels like, yo, I look good. Like, here, look at, like, you know, this is my gift to you, you know? And that's hot. Like, that confidence is hot. Like, so if you're getting text messages of encouragement, hey, hope your day is going well, blah, blah, blah. You get sexy ass pictures. You getting whatever the fuck like that. Like, you know, you get a sweet little video message, like some shit. Like, you find fucking, you know, you get packed lunch. You get fucking a note in your lunch. Like, so whatever. Like, that's some fucking, dude, if you got a dude or a girl who makes you fucking lunch and they pack a note in it, bruh, that's some extra crazy special shit, because it's so simple, but it's also, it means so much, because it's not easy to do that shit. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times people lose that, and then they don't want to, for whatever reason, they don't want to be the person to initiate it. And then what happens is they start initiating it, they start doing it, they get burnt out because the other person just starts feeling loved again, and like they start feeling excited, and then they don't start reciprocating in the right way that pumps the love and sexiness back into the other person in the other direction. And then it just goes stale again. Then this person exhausts themselves, and it just goes on like that. And I've had all these things happen in my experience in my life too. So, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I'm gonna keep it real. Like, at the same time, if you're going about your workday and you get messages like that are just logistical, hey, can you get this, blah, blah, or hey, grab this or do that, or you know what I'm saying? Or even worse, like accusatory messages, or like or controlling messages, or just like, you know what I'm saying? Stuff that has no, I don't know why this is what I pictured, but like like when you're being a good partner, it's almost like you put a cloud underneath the person's feet while they're walking for the rest of the day. And it's like, if that person doesn't put that cloud under your feet in your seat, then it's like they're almost putting a cloud over you. You know what I'm saying? And there's a big difference when you're floating in the clouds versus the clouds are over you. Wow.
Damn, dude.
That's pretty deep, actually. What the fuck? No, but really though, there's a big difference if that person puts that cloud over your head versus under your feet or under your back. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's so interesting, dude, because it's weird too when I look at how people support. I look at the fact of people who are neutral, where they're just like not supportive and they're not supportive. I'm like, that's better. That, like, that's a good thing. Like, those people are okay to keep around, I believe, because they just hold the space of themselves, you know. And it's like sometimes people don't know how to be supportive, and they're also not supportive. They're just like, cool, you know, they want to see you do good, you know what I'm saying? So that would equal support whether they understand what you're doing or not. And a lot of times once you start off doing something, the way that you explain it and then the way that it actually happens is going to be quite a bit different. Like, when I started telling people what this podcast was going to be before it actually started, and then I actually started, even from the first episodes till now, it's like, damn, this shit's evolved a lot. You know what I mean? In multiple different ways, you know? You see the different settings, the backgrounds, you hear where I'm at, you hear the different situations and stories in my life, you hear what I'm up to, you hear certain, like, you know what I'm saying? You hear me record from a phone sometimes, like, if that's what makes sense to do. You know, you'll see me fucking travel to other locations to fucking record with people, stuff like that. So it evolves and grows and it's different, you know? I've planned to have this a fully guest-oriented show, and then I realized I had some shit to say and people were feeling it and was like, okay, I think this is more important to do first, is to get out all my shit, kind of establish who the fuck I am, and then from there move forwards with more guest-oriented type of stuff where, you know what I'm saying, where it's like we have interviews and whatever, and people would be like, oh, I want to hear you have a conversation with this person. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I feel like that's kind of a cool route to go. That's what I would like to create for the show. It's like, to where people understand who I am and the way I think and where I come from, to where people want me to have certain conversations with certain people. So I think that would be cool. I just kind of thought of that and felt that right now. So yeah, you know, because I know there's certain topics people want me to speak on, and at the same time, there would be cool to have specific people to speak on specific topics with. Damn, that was a tongue twister. So now, but back to the point is like, if your home life being stable enough to grow, and it's hard when your relationship is like not thriving and it's of unhealthy communication or just unhealthiness in general, you know, and that could be, you know, the place is messy, like your partner's messy, you're a clean person, or, you know, vice versa. And it's like, yo, like, just relax. And it's like, no, this has to be done right now, you know? And, you know, finding the medium and the happy middle is obviously like what's important. Cause a lot of people will like stress clean, and, you know, when they're stressing, they'll just start fucking cleaning shit. And one of my exes was like that, and I thought that was cool. Like, yo, like, if you're upset, you're just gonna go start cleaning? Like, this is, wow, like, I didn't take advantage of it, but it was like, I mean, it was convenient, you know what I'm saying? Like, damn, you're mad, you're just cleaning? Like, I'm gonna just stay out of the fucking way for, like, and then just be sure I don't fuck anything up in the next, like, 3 days. Like, making beds, you know, keep shit clean, like, be responsible on my part. So, yeah, no, but... because, oh yeah, so what I was saying though was like, if you're getting texts that are draining, and it's like, or logistical, like, that shit's draining from a partner, you know? It's like, you gotta have some spice, some sexiness in your day, you know what I mean? Like, you just gotta, that's important. You know what I mean? There's gonna be phases and periods to where it's gonna lessen and you're busy and you just don't feel that way, and that's cool, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, you gotta make an effort to come and bring that back. Because if you don't bring that back, then shit just keeps going stale. You know? And it's like, I was thinking about that. It's like, dude, how do people who are married just like stay attracted to each other like fucking forever? Like, you'd have to really think this is the most beautiful fucking person and find them continuously sexy, because you would have to treat them good enough to have them feel sexy. You know, it's like, I know for me, there was times where me and whoever my ex was, we stopped doing the things that made each other feel sexy. So it's like, I stopped caring to like shave or fucking like keep working out or like shit like that, you know, and just getting fat and lazy and shit like that. And that's happening for them too. And all of a sudden we're like, fuck. And then we're like, our health is bad. Then everything else starts kind of going bad. And it's like communication starts being bad because habits start being bad. And it's like this whole fucking landslide of like, well, shit, we just stopped taking care of ourselves. And because of that in turn had us stop creating that spark in each other. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I'm like, how the fuck do people who are married stay attracted to each other forever? Like, you guys really have to both be doing the work, I think, for that to be a thing. Otherwise, like, how? You know what I mean? Like, there's attractive people everywhere. Like, so, I mean, yeah, falling in love is a deep thing. And like that, I get that, right? But there is a certain amount of like sex appeal and like fire and passion that needs to exist too, you know? So I think when you can keep that alive, then that's a gift, and you're kind of, you know, you begin to become on some next level shit if you can do that after years and years, and you can provide that flame and that fire for each other still. So, you know, it's like people will send their partners just stupid ass messages or non-contributing messages, stuff that's emotionally draining. You get a text message that's a whole fucking page long, and it's like, you did this, and did you do that, and this and that, and it's like all this shit. You're like, holy fuck, dude. Like, you know, or it could be you sending it, and that's how you feel like, holy fuck, that's why you feel inclined to send a message like that. I've fucking sent messages like that. We all have, like, well, maybe not all of us, but most of us have, you know, or at least received. Most of us have sent them and received them, just to be real, you know. But the thing is, when we do that, it's emotionally draining. Like, fuck, I could get a text if I get a text message of fucking a bunch of like just questions about stuff that is not real or relevant, or stuff that was made up, or stuff that's off of assumptions, or somebody's just like triggered and just sending that heat at me. It's like, dude, what the, no, like, this isn't how conversations are supposed to be had, you know? Versus like, fuck, you get a have a nice day and you get a picture of some boobs and like a fucking beautiful smile. You're like, holy shit. Like, it's like, it's such a different experience. You know what I mean? And it's like, if you just, and it's like, you don't have to fucking send boobs or anything crazy. But what I'm saying is like, you send a picture, like, I'm thinking about a lot of times when I started dating somebody, we would just send pictures of ourselves back and forth. It wasn't nothing crazy, you know, it's just like me at work or smiling or doing whatever the fuck, you know, on my run or something, right? And it would just be like shit like that even too. And it's like, wow, you know, it's cool. It's like, it's cool to see that person happy and smiling, and you get a picture of them, and it's like, you know, and a nice message and all this shit. And like, that's cool. It's like, because that helps build a healthy relationship. But at a certain point, it stops happening. The person stops feeling attractive, and the whole attraction starts going downhill. You guys are in love, but it's like there's no like passion or fire behind it. So it's kind of just like, I don't know, what is it? What is that? What, you know what I'm saying? I don't that's what's fascinating to me, is like, there is work that can be done to get through that, but who's doing that work and how do you do that work? And yeah, seeking counseling and therapists and stuff like that is always going to be good. And at the same time though, like, I don't know, man, like what is that phase? Why does that happen? How do you get out of that? How do you avoid it? Does it have to happen that way? You know what I mean? And then it's like, I don't know, shit changes, and it's like you get used to somebody, and then they're like regular human habits kind of overtake the like there's no more mystery or mystique, and they become human. And that's kind of what's attractive, is like when you first meet somebody, it's almost like it's like you don't see or think about or observe their daily human habits. You know what I mean? Like if they just all the little things, you know what I'm saying? It could be the way that somebody fucking puts their laundry in the basket. They put all the same colors in, or they fucking are so intent on this needs to go there, or like there's, you know, whatever little things are, you don't know, you know, until you're with somebody. And that's what's fascinating about relationships, is when you meet somebody and you start having a serious relationship and you get to the point where you move in, you get married or whatever the fuck. But more so what I mean is like when you move in together, all of a sudden there's all these things that you could have never even prepared for. They could, like, there's no way somebody could tell you, oh, like I suck at washing dishes. Like like when I do dishes, I don't scrub the fucking backs of the plates. I don't fucking, you know, just making something weird up. But it's something like that, you know what I mean? You're like, they don't know that they even do that or don't do that or whatever, right? Or it's like you don't know until you find out. And it's like, how many of their little things that they do like that can you take, or can you have a conversation about to correct or adjust? Or are they gonna fucking just be like, hey, you fuck you, or whatever, right? Like, so it's funny to me, like, you don't know what their little things are gonna be until you've already committed. And that's what's strange, you know? And then I think that's what makes somebody unattractive too, is all the attractive points they had when things were first new and exciting, they lose them because their unattractive points start adding up. And then their attractive versus unattractive points are like become at an uneven scale. And when you're with somebody for too long, the more unattractive points about that person start coming up. You know what I mean? You start realizing they prefer like the fucking, it to always legitimately be hot as fuck, and you like it to be cold as fuck. Or, you know what I mean? Just these weird little things that like drive you crazy or make you be like, what the fuck? You know, those cause unattraction, and that's weird. You know what I mean? Like, it's so but my what I'm getting to with that is that when we can keep the energy of a healthy relationship alive, and that person is just that type of person where they're supportive, they're fun, they understand the ups and the downs and the flow of life and how shit occurs. Like, there's no reason to be sending like jealous, hateful, suspicious, boring, logistical messages. I mean, sometimes logistical shit has happened, but like, if you're just getting shit like that, like, or you're versus getting fun, and it's like sweet messages, and it's like you take the time to think of each other and stuff like that. See, what happens too is a lot of times people will set the bar high in the first place, and then they'll ease off, and then the other person expects that that's going to be the level that person stays at the whole time. But what happens is a lot of times people are trying extra hard in the first place, and then it tapers off because you can't sustain that forever. And I've had that happen in relationships where they were set the bar so high in the first place that now, and I've done this too, where I set this bar so high in the first place and I just couldn't maintain, where I did so much work. I'm like, oh, like, I wasn't consciously thinking this, but it'd be like, I did all this work, and in my head, it's like, oh, this lasts until, wow, I'm just realizing this right now. This lasts until I hear about it again. Holy fuck. And that was a big problem with me, is that was how I would handle shit. Fuck, I just realized that. But that was how I would react to shit in a relationship, is like, I would do a bunch of shit until I would hear about it again. And then I would do something about it until I would hear about it again. And then, like, that's not a healthy relationship, and that's not a healthy charge to the relationship. I'm being the negative charge to that whole experience. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, so it's like, I think making sure our home life is stable enough to where we can grow outside, that has to do with how we take care of our home environment, how we take care of ourselves, and all that shit's connected. You know what I'm saying? So, I hope you guys have a good support system. If not, sometimes you got to break free and rebuild. And sometimes that's just what's required. And there's nothing wrong with that. So, hope you guys have a beautiful day. Be easy, be cheesy, be sleazy, be greasy, be steezy. Thank you guys for tuning in. Appreciate you guys. It's the Damn Dude Podcast. Season 2, episode 33. Please be sure to tell a friend, to tell a friend, to tell their grandma, to tell their grandpa, to tell their cousin, to tell their best friend, to tell their uncle, to tell their nieces, horses, trainers, dogs, uncles, groomers, pantry thieves, best friends, cousins, uncles, best friend about the show, because that's what helps us grow. We don't bother nobody with commercials or ads because we just so fresh. We rock the mic, right? Yeah. So please tell a friend this is the Damn Dude Podcast. I love you guys. Appreciate you guys. Thank you, family. Season 2, episode 33, Damn Dude Podcast, California Cow. Out. Liver cow. Out. Much love, guys. Peace.
Damn, dude.
Damn, dude.